turning threats into a whole new life, from a vision to reality.
Hi everyone, welcome to the crochet. Today we are going to learn how to make a patched cardigan. It's a free size cardigan. You can make it in whatever size that you want. You can fit a small, medium and a large. So I'll be working with 4 colors for this project. As you can see, I tried to sketch on the color that I'll be working on. I'll be using 4 shades of green, and this is how my sketch will look like. So I'll advise you to sketch your work before starting your project, your patched cardigan project, so I can guide you on how to do this. As you can see, this is my front this is my back panel and this is my front panel. So for the back panel and the front panel, we'll have a total of 36 squares, and each square will be 5 inches by 5 inches. Then we will also need to have a sketch for our sleeves. The first sleeve will have 12 squares, and the second sleeve will also have 12 squares. That means they'll be identical. So this space here is the space where it will get ribbing, and the button holds this space. So this is our front, the first front, the second front, then this is our back panel. So let's get started. To start, you'll start with a slip knot. This is how I do my slip knot, but I have a series where I showed you how to crochet with a series crochet with Trizzy, where I showed you how to do a simple knot, if you're not familiar with this one. So let's get started. We'll start with a chain of 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 25. So this is my chain of 25, and it is equivalent to my 5 inches. Then we will turn our chain like this. There's a little trick that I would love to show you. Sometimes you find when you are starting your rows, you end up your projects end up increasing, although you are not increasing. So this is a trick that I noticed. Instead of working on the V's on the front, I usually turn my work, then work on the back bumps, these ones. So I'll skip the first one, then go on to the second bump. I'll skip this one, the first one, then go on the second bump with a half double crochet. To do a half double crochet, you will yarn over, insert your hook into the second bump like that. See, I'm picking it from up. You yarn over, you have 3, yarn over, pull through 3. That is how we do our double crochet. I'll do that again. You'll yarn over, go on to the next bump. The bumps are these ones. This. You can do whichever way that you prefer, but this is my preferable way of doing it. You yarn over. I'll go into my second bump and do a half double crochet. Yarn over onto my next bump. I'll insert my hook. I have 3, yarn over, pull through. I have 3, yarn over and pull through. Yarn over, insert my hook into my next bump. Yarn over, I have 3, yarn over, pull through the 3. Yarn over, insert my hook into the next bump. I'll pick my yarn, I have 3, then pull through the 3. So you will continue doing this until you get at this point, and I'll meet you there and show you what to do next. So I'm at the end of my row. I'm at the end of my row with my half double crochet. You should have a total of 24 half double crochet if you started with a chain of 25, because it skipped one at the beginning, and you can see it's equivalent to my 5 inches that I'm looking for. So we will go on to the next row. What you'll do is you will chain 1, turn your work, then continue with your half double crochet. We are going through the both loops, so you'll yarn over, put 1 double crochet in each stitches until you reach at the end of this row. So this is you yarn over, you go on to both stitches like that. You pick your yarn, you have 3, yarn over, pull through all, yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull through, yarn over, pull through all. So continue doing these until you reach the end of your row. When you reach at the end of your row, when you reach the end of your row, you will chain 1, turn your work, and repeat row 1 and row 2 until you have 18 stitches, 18 rows, which will be a square of 5 by 5 inches. Then when you reach there, I'll show you how we change color and move on to our next patch. So continue doing that until you have 18 half double crochet, and I'll meet you at that point. So I'm at the end of my 18 row, and I want to show you how I finish my row and how we attach the next color to do the next patch. So we'll continue with our half double crochet until you have 1 stitch left, and I'll show you how to change color and do the next patch. So this is our last stitch. What you'll do, you'll yarn over, insert a hook into the last stitch like that, pull through, you have 3. So instead of completing the row, you will take your new color, depending on whatever colors that you're working with. You'll take your new color, then you will insert it into your hook like that. You'll pull through the 3 like that. You'll have something like this. You have something like that. Then you pull through the back, pull this through, then you chain 1, turn your work. This is how we change our color. If this is difficult, you can just tie a knot, but you won't have clean ends, so I prefer this method of changing colors. Then you'll continue working our half double crochet all through, and you will cut the older yarn that you're working on, so you have these two strands. Instead of leaving them, you can hide them underneath your work as you have double crochet. So you will pull them at the back like that, then continue with your half double crochet like that. Make sure your hook is going through the 2 yarns so that you can hide as you go. You can hide the strands as you go. That, see, I'm hiding them as I go. So continue doing this until you reach the end of this row. Continue doing half double crochet until you're at the end of this row, and I'll meet you at that point. So I'm at the end of my row, as you can see. I'll chain 1, turn my work, then continue with the same process that we were doing earlier. Half double crochet in each stitch until you reach the end. Also a disclaimer, don't
For you to achieve a perfect and a neat square, please don't skip the first and the last stitch. If it's difficult for you to see the first and the last stitch, I recommend you use a stitch marker so that you have a neat work. So let's continue doing half double crochet on this patch. So you'll also do 18 half double crochet on this next color. Then I'll meet you on my third color and show you what to do. So I'll leave you to work that on your own. Let's meet on the third color and show you what to do. So I went ahead and did my 18 rows, and I'm on my last row. I'm on my 18th row, and I want to go on to the next patch. So we want to change color. You'll go on to your last stitch, but you won't do a complete half double crochet. You'll do an incomplete double crochet. Let me show you again. You'll just yarn over, insert your hook into that chain, pull through. So instead of completing it like that, you will leave at this point, then you change your color and go on to the next patch. So changing colors, you'll just take your new color, you pull through it like that, and that's what we have. You can pull through the extra yarn at the back so that you secure the tension. Then you continue working your patches as usual. So you will chain one, turn your work, you'll cut your old yarn, then continue working with your new yarn. So these ones again, I'll show you how to hide them as we go. You will bring them at the back of your work like that, hold them like that, then you yarn over, insert your hook into the first chain, pick the extra yarns at the back, pull through. You have 3, pull through all, yarn over, insert into the next. Make sure your hook is underneath the extra yarns at the back. So continue doing your half double crochet until you reach the end of this row. And this is what I'm saying when I mean by hiding your yarn. You see, you'll go hiding them until they disappear. That way your work will be neat and it will save you time for weaving in your ends when you're done with your project. Yeah, so continue doing that until you're at the end of this row. Then I'll show you what to do. Basically, it's nothing new. Just continue working a half double crochet when you reach at this, and you'll chain one, turn your work, then do 18 double crochets. Sorry, 18 half double crochet. Then you'll go onto your next color. So I'm at the end of this row. I'll chain one, I'll turn my work, yarn over, I'll insert my hook into the first chain, do half double crochet all the way until this point. I'll chain one, turn my work. So I'll do that until I have 18 half double crochets. So I went ahead and did my third color, my 18 rows. Now I'm on my fourth patch, and here is when we change the color. So changing the color, you're just going to repeat the same thing that you have been doing earlier on. You turn your work, you hide these 2 strands at the back like that, then continue working half double crochet as usual until you reach the end of this row. You will chain one, turn your work, then you continue working your half double crochets until you have 18 rows. Then you go on to your next color. So I think by this point you should have known how to change the colors and how to work a perfect square for your project. So I won't show you more on how to change colors on how to work on it, because it's a repetitive process. So what I can just explain, and I'll leave you to work the rest of the patches at your own off camera. Then I'll meet you and show you how to do the sleeves. And yeah, so as you can see, we started from this point. I named mine sage green. I don't know if it's sage green. Then this color I named it dark green. Then my next color was gray. Then as you can see, we are going to light gray. So basically I started from here. This is my first part, second, third, fourth. Then after the light gray, I'll go again to sage green, then dark green, then gray, then light green. So you will continue working those patches like that. And then by the end of this strip, we should have like how many patches? 8 patches. So you will work a strip of 8 patches. Then you leave it. Then again you work a strip of 8 patches. Then when you are done, you will start another strip of 4 patches, because this is a space you are not working here. Then you will work another strip of 8 patches, then a strip of 8 patches. So in total you should have 36 patches. So I'll leave you to work on that at your own. Then I'll meet you and show you how mine looks. Then we will go to work on the sleeves. So I went ahead and did my 36 patches, and this is what I have. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have like 4 strips of 8 patches. This is the first one, then the second one. So basically I have this and this. These are my 2 strips. Then at the middle we have like one. These are the 2 strips. Then at the middle we have like 1 strip of 4 patches like that. Then another two strips of 8 patches each. Yeah, so we have our 36 squares, and this is how it looks. So our next step, as you're going to work on the 2 sleeves, and working on the sleeve is nothing different from whatever we were doing for the back and the front panel. What you'll do is you will just start with 25 chains, then you will do 18 half double crochet in each patch. Then you'll change your color. So for the sleeves, you're going to start from here, from left going to right. So you will start from your first color, second, third, and fourth. Then you'll go on to the next strip, first color, second color, third color, and fourth color. So basically you will have 3 strips for your sleeves, and they should be identical. So the first sleeve will have 12 squares, or rather 12 patches, and that means you'll have 3 strips, 4 patches, and it should be identical to the second sleeve. So you can do that, and I'll meet you and show you how mine looks. So I went ahead and did my 3 strips, equivalent to 12 patches, and this is what I have. This is what I was saying. You'll start from left going to right like that. So this is my first patch. Then my second patch is here, as you can see. Then this is my third patch. So you will go ahead and do that for the second sleeve, and they should be identical. Yeah, so I went ahead and did my second sleeve, and this is what we have. As you can see, this is what we have, and this is how it looks like. I have attached a photo there so that you can see how it looks like. So that's basically it for the sleeves. So our next part is you're going to make our ribbings for the arms. So to start working on the ribbing for the ants, we will do a knot as usual. We'll do a knot, then do 15 chains. Chains like that. After you're done with your 15 chains, you will turn your work. You will do your 15 chains like that. Sorry, something interrupted me. You'll do 15 chains, then yarn over, skip the first stitch, go on to the next with a half double crochet. Continue doing half double crochet until you get onto your last stitch. So I'm at my last stitch, which will receive one half double crochet like that. Then I'll chain one, I'll turn my work. So this time round we're going to work onto the back loop so that we can achieve a ridged texture for our ribbing. So back loops are, when you turn your work like this, you can see the V's. So the back loops are the V's that are down, not up. So you will yarn over, then you will go into your first back loop with the half double crochet. I hope I'm clear. Then yarn over, go inside that back loop with a half double crochet, yarn over into the next back loop with a half double crochet. As you can see, it has started to form the ridges, and this is what we are looking for. So continue doing that until you reach the end of your row, and I'll show you what to do. I'm at the end of my row. I'll chain one, make sure you're not skipping any stitch. I'll chain one, I'll turn my work, go into the first stitch with a half double crochet, back loop only. Continue doing that until you reach the end of this row. As you can see, we have started to form our ridges, and this is what we are looking for our ribbing. So continue doing this for the sleeve ribbing until you have like 10 ridges, and I'll meet you at that point. I went ahead and did my 10 ribbings. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And so we will join our hand ribbing. I'll use slip stitches to join mine. So I'll insert my hook into the other side, pick a yarn, go through all like that. I'll go into the next. I'll go into the next stitch like that, pick on both sides, yarn over, pull through, you have to pull through. Next, pick on both sides, yarn over, you have to pull through. So continue doing that until you're at this point. So I went ahead and did my two ribbings for the hands, and this is what I have. So we are done with the hands ribbing. They should be identical. We are done with the hands ribbing. So we will go, the next step is we will make the bottom ribbing. For the bottom ribbing, it's nothing different from the hand ribbing. The only thing that you are going to change here is the number of chains that you will start with. For the hand ribbing, we started with 15 chains, and for my bottom ribbing, I started with 13 chains. I did have double crochet back loops only until I had like 45 ribbon. So this part depends, the size of this sorry, the size of this part depends on how big is your cardigan. So before you decide on the number of ribbing that you want for yours, you can arrange the patches that you have, then measure the downer part, the back going frontwards, then you'll get the correct size for your ribbing. So this is how my bottom ribbon looks like. The next part you're going to do is we are going to do the ribbing that goes around the front and the neck area and the buttonholes and the button and the buttons. So I had already did mine. I started with a chain of 13, did half double crochets. I really don't know how long is mine, but again, you can put it against your work. You can put it against one long strip, the strip that had 8 patches. Then you will times by 2, then add the space in between, then you'll get the size for your ribbing. When that is hard, you can as well join, then you will join the body, then you will work the ribbing later on, so that you get the correct size of the ribbing. That way you won't mess up on the sizing. This one was quite easier for me because I mastered on the sizes of the ribbing that I do, because this is not my first patched cardi to work on. Yeah, so I'll just show you how to put the buttonhole, because other parts are honestly they are the same. So to put my buttonholes, what I do is I'm working on the back loops. So I'll continue with my half double crochet. I'll do like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So on the when I'm on the 5th stitch, I'll chain 2, I'll skip 2 to leave the hole for my button, then onto the 3rd, I'll skip 2, onto the 3rd back loop, I'll go with a half double crochet. That way we create a hole for our buttonhole. Then you continue working your half double crochet, you chain 1, turn your work, half double crochet in each stitch, half double crochet in each stitch like that until you reach at the end of your row. So basically that's it for this ribbing. For the buttons pieces, it will honestly depend on you how you want to space your buttonhole. As for me, I was skipping 4 ridges in between, then onto the 5th ridge is when I put my buttonhole. So at this point we have already made all the parts that we need for our cardigan, and our next step is joining them together. So after making all your parts for the cardigan, our next step is attaching them together. So what I do is I attach my parts in stages. The first stage is I always attach these 2 long stripes together, then I attach the 2 long stripes together, then I'll finish with the middle part. So let's attach the 2 parts. Let me show you how I attach the 2 parts together. So these are my 2 parts, the long stripes that we had for our cardigan, and this is how I attach mine. So to begin, I'll insert my hook in the first stitch of both stripes like that, then I'll go backwards like that. Then you'll just pin it into any stitch or any space like that. Then you come through like that. Then you pull your yarn. So because it's the first joining that you're doing on the beginning of this stripe, you can do this 2 times just to secure the beginning. That's what we have. Sorry, then you go. So the thing is, when you have finished, when you are joining, it has finished at this end like this, make sure you are not starting from the same end, rather than you'll just come and start slightly in front of it. So don't start here, start slightly above it, go through the both stripes like that, go backwards, insert your darning needle, come through like that, then again go through again, you'll come in front like that. So basically this is what you are going to do until you come to the end of this row. Just remember, don't start at the same point that you ended, but come above it, front, back, front, back, then front. This method of joining will give you a clean and a finished neat work. And front. It's a bit tricky, so just be patient. Don't skip a lot of spaces in it. But just make sure you're not coming through this point. You go slightly above it. And so continue doing that until you finish this stripe. Then I'll meet you where we join another stripes. So this is how it looks so far. As you can see, it's neat. You can't even see the light green yarn that I used to join. And so continue doing that until you reach the end of this stripe. Then I'll meet you when you want to join our other stripe. And so I have reached the end of this stripe, so I just want to secure it like that. I'll secure it one more time. Like that. Then instead of cutting off this yarn, what I want to do is I'll just weave in this extra yarn, just to avoid it running off instead of cutting. And then we are at the end of, that's the end of making that strip, or rather joining that strip. You'll just cut off the yarn, and this is how my work looks like. As you can see, it's well done, it's neat. Yeah, so we are done attaching these 2 stripes, this one and this one, which is this part, this one. So we are going to attach the middle stripe, which has 4 patches. So I have my middle strap this one. I have 4 patches and I want to attach it into this long 2 stripes that had 8 patches in each stripe. So what I'll do, I'll attach it on my wrong side like that. I'll flip it like that onto my wrong side, then I'll start attaching it. Remember this middle part had 4 patches, so I'll attach here. Make sure they are aligning like that. Then you take your darning needle, just the way we are doing the other one. Insert your needle, make sure it goes to both stripes and to the back, front. For the first point, at the first point you will do twice because you just want to secure it more. Like that. Then the rest of the patches, or rather the rest of the remaining part, we'll just do normally as we were doing. In front, back, front, then you pull through. I'm really trying to look at the right words that I should use while joining this thing, but I hope you can understand what I'm doing. So continue joining this middle part until you reach at the point where the middle part is ending. Then you'll stop there and I'll show you what to do next, or rather what part you're joining next. So I've already joined the middle part, the 4 stripes up to that point. And so the next part that you're going to join are these 2 stripes on this end, because we started here then came here, so you're going to join these 2. So for me, I had already joined the 2. You can see it's here. I had already joined the 2. It's a long one like that. I had already joined them. So what I'm going to do is I'll just bring the 2, then attach them here and join them until I am done. So I'll do that off camera and show you what I have. So I went ahead and did my first sleeve. I joined, I had like 3 stripes. So I joined from left going right, and this is what I have. As you can see, I joined from this point going to that point going to that point. Now we will join our sleeves, and this is what we have. So at this point we are going to join our sleeves. We're going to join our sleeves from this part to this part. Then go ahead and do that for the second sleeve. Then I'll meet you when we are attaching the rib. Here I'll show you how I do. Okay, so after joining your sleeves along the sideways, now we want to attach our ribbing, and this is how we want to attach this ribbing to our sleeve, and this is how it should look. So I'm going to show you how you've got to attach your ribbing to your sleeve to get this finished this neat finished end. So to begin, first of all, don't cut the yarn that's remained while you're joining the sleeves on the sideways. I hope I'm clear. So what you're going to do is you remember the same way that you are joining the stripes together. That's the method that you're going to use here. So you will go inside the sleeves like that. At the edge, make sure you're going at the edge, so you can go like maybe 3 times. Honestly, it doesn't have a specific. I'll tell you go 3 or 2 times. As for me, this one I went, I think 3 times. Then I pulled my yarn like that. The reason that's why we are doing that is because you can see the ribbing is we have a small ribbing, and it's supposed to fit at this space. So that's the reason we are doing. That's why we are doing what you're doing. Then after doing that, you will insert, you will join it into the ribbing. You will pick the upper stitches, just to avoid this color coming out on the right side. So you pick the stitches that are up. So again, after that, you'll go to the next. Now the sleeve. Do that. I don't know how I can call this. After doing that, you pull through. Oh my god. You pull through. Like that. Then you go onto your next. Honestly, just place randomly onto your ribbing. I can't say I'll be doing 1 row each. Just place randomly, so long as you're not leaving too much space. Like that. Again. Like that. Then you join it to the ribbing, pick the upper stitches. As you can see, it has started to join. Again, so continue doing this until you finish this sleeve and all the ribbing is attached to the sleeve, and your final should look something like this. You should have something like this when you're done attaching the sleeves to the ribbing. So let me do this off camera, then I'll meet you and show you the next step, which is attaching the sleeves to the body of the cardigan. This is what I have after joining the sleeves to the ribbing. As you can see, it's well packed. This is the wrong side. So the next step is we want to join this sleeve to the body of the cardigan, and what you will do is you will take your body then what you want to do is the sleeve, you will measure how much the armhole for the sleeve is. So mine, I'm having it's about 9.5, so that means you're going to leave an armhole of 9.5 where the sleeve will fit, or rather just leave 2 boxes. Just leave 2 boxes, because here we have 2 boxes, 1 2 1 2. So you leave 2 boxes, the space where the sleeves will fit. Then the rest of the remaining 2 boxes you will join. Do that to this side also. Leave 2 boxes where the armhole will sit, then join the rest of that part. Then after, you will join normally as you have been joining. I think by now you know how to join. And then the next part is we will be attaching our front ribbing at this area. So you will take a front ribbing. Make sure you are joining at the wrong side. You will take your front ribbing, then you will put it there. Yeah, you'll put it there. Then you're going to attach it to this cardigan. Same to the bottom ribbing. You're going to do the same thing. Take the bottom ribbing, place it at the bottom, attach it. Then I think you will be done with your cardigan, and then you will put the buttonholes where necessary. So yeah, thank you so much for staying with me up to the end. I know it's a long tutorial, but definitely worth it. I can't wait to see you create this beautiful cardigan, and please tag me when you do. And so bye, thank you so much. The ones who have not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button below, and see you on my next class.